What's going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Vikings were looking to add some linebacker depth behind Cashman outside. How about that? As well as Ivan the Terrible Pace Jr., IPJ. I don't know. We haven't really worked out, Agent Zero. We haven't really worked out a nickname for the Pride of Cincinnati. But Eric Wilson. Come on down, baby. Alec Lewis, the Athletic. Sounds like the Vikings have agreed to terms with former Packers linebacker Eric Wilson per Souse. Wilson played more than 500 defensive snaps last year in Green Bay. A key special teamer as well. Vikings needed depth with Hill becoming a free agent. Now, of course, Eric Wilson, back in the day, was a Viking, and I really liked Eric Wilson's time with the Vikings, right? He was the original OG undrafted free agent linebacker from Cincinnati. So we got that going. And it was Wilson, it was Barr, it was Kendricks, that linebacking core for a couple years. It was really good. And Wilson worked his way up, worked his ass off. Every time he was on the field, he was making plays. Special teamer, eventually became the weak side starting linebacker 2020, and frankly, he was really good. Bounced around the league a little bit, the Eagles, the Texans, last 3 years with the Packers, mainly as a special teams guy, but was forced into action last year at off-ball linebacker due to injuries. And overall, I think this is a really solid pickup, especially since the Vikings probably losing Hill in free agency. Now, what Wilson can do, veteran leadership, he's got that in spades, turns 31 this season. Solid linebacker depth. Now, if you're signing Wilson to start, you're going to have problems. But as a backup, as a linebacker 3, you feel perfectly fine with that. He's a core 5-fave special teamer as well. He's got juice as a pass rusher, 11 career sacks, 2 last season, 8 during his time with the Vikings. All heart, all hustle, all muscle. Also a great example to the younger players. Plus, let's not sleep on the, hey, Ivan Pace Jr., I can be your veteran mentor, because Pace has got a lot of talent. I feel like you got to rein it in just a little bit, and I feel like Wilson, as a former Cincinnati Bearcat, can also a guy who's taken the same path as undrafted free agent linebacker, rising on up. I think that could be a little bit of mentorship to be had there. And the Vikings linebacking core, Cashman and Pace, for my money, one of the best off-ball linebacking duos in the National Football League. You got Wilson basically as a one-for-one swap for Kamu. Kind of sucks seeing him go, but also I don't think that you're losing anything with Eric Wilson coming on in. Asuma is in the contract year. Max Tooley is also on a futures contract. So overall, it's like, I know that sometimes we get caught up in nostalgia about bringing old guys back, former players, but Wilson certainly fits a mold. He's going to be cheap, and he fits a specific niche and role that he can still perform at a high level. So I think it's a really smart pickup by Kwesi and company here. But your thoughts are thought. Hey, Mr. Wilson, Eric Wilson back in the fold, back in purple, back on the right side of things. It's good to see. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skol, production value.